right, Shalom, Shalom. All right, we the Hebrew Israelites coming out here day in, day out, prophesy the downfall of America, modern day Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, and the uprising of Israel considered so-called Negro Latinos are the hopeful elect. All right, we're going to get right into it. First and foremost, giving all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Barakateh Yahweh. Barakateh Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Much salutation to the brothers, teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be elect on side book. The hopeful extended elect, Shalom. We're living in last days. You know, this time is being wrapped up. There's prophecies coming to pass. It's the year of the apostasies, agents, and sellouts. You know, apostles appointed. So, you know, we just do our job here before the final day, man. We're basically at war with the beast, you know. And we Most High has chosen us to be soldiers and setting us up to be prophets in this end time. You know, as a part of the ministry and a part of the work as soldiers is to prophesy. You know, so let's see, what do I want to go first? Revelations 12. Revelation 12. Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. And it reads, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet.
So that woman is Israel, man. And this really represents the elect, you know, of wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, man. You know, go ahead. Because and it's going to say a woman doesn't have seed, a man does. You know, it also says, we're going to get that scripture. It also says to make war with the remnant of her seed. It's talking about the remnant of that woman of Israel, not that an actual woman. Go ahead.
And continuing, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
So that lets you know it's dealing with Israel. It's also another scripture. I don't know if y'all know where it is. Talking about Joseph with 11 stars. Let you know that it's Israel. You know, so it's talking about Israel when it's talking about those stars. Go ahead.
Verse 2, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to deliver.
Yeah. So, you know, that's equivalent with also trouble, struggle, pains of a woman. It even says, and go to Job right quick in 38 and 3. Go ahead, and that word travail, if I'm not mistaken, is kalag, which it means a travail of a woman.
This is Job chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man.
So the loins come from a man. That's where you get the word testicles. Loins of your father. So this is a man's war, and the men, the people that go to war are men. Women don't go to war, so that's why they're not permitted to the battlefield. Go ahead.
For I would demand of thee, and answer thou me.
And answer thou me. Go ahead.
Where was thou when I laid the foundations of the earth?
Well, wait, go before that again. Read.
He said, Job 38 and 3.
Yeah. It might be in 2, but read 3 again.
He said, gird up now thy loins like a man.
Yep.
for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me.
Yeah, go before that.
Verse 2, it says, who is this that darkened the counsel by words without knowledge?
Well, okay. Well, that was the point. Go to thy loins like a man. Right quick. Go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 10. We can get this on out the way, this part.
It's Ecclesiastes 3 and 10. I have seen the travail which the Most High had given to the sons of men.
So he's giving the sons of men the travail. Go ahead.
To be exercised in it.
To be exercised in it. So travail, that's like, if you look that word up, it's like struggle or the pains of a woman. Go to Galatians 4 and 19. So anytime a woman is about to deliver a baby, she has pains, contractions they call them. They're pains, and she's struggling. She need help. You know, she's supposed to have help around her to deliver that baby. Go ahead.
Galatians 4 and 19. My little children.
My little children. Go ahead.
Of whom I travail in birth.
Whom I travail in birth. See? Go ahead.
Again, until Yahweh shall be formed in you.
Until Yahweh shall be formed in us. Mm-hmm. So that's where we have struggle and a lot of conflict, turmoil, dealing with the spirit and the flesh when Yahweh Shai is formed in us, because this world is against Yahweh Shai. The beast is against Yahweh Shai, Yahweh and his son. And it even talks about when Rebecca was with twins in her womb, they struggled within her. And she inquired of the Lord, said, why am I thus? He said, two nations are thy womb. One shall be stronger than the other. One shall be, and they shall have different mannerisms. And that struggle represents war, conflict. So this is what we're against: conflict and war of the beast, that of Esau, so-called white man that didn't like us since the womb. Man. You know. Okay, we can go back. Yeah, it'll probably come in between. Go ahead.
It's Revelation 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon.
So a great red dragon, man. That dragon is the Roman Empire, man. You know. And the Edomites are basically them. They're red. Talks about their red horse also in Revelation. Go ahead.
And behold, having 7 heads.
7 heads, we know who they are: the Romans, the Greeks, Germany Minor, Germany Minor, Germany Major, Britain, and Spain. Yep. And what was that last? French. It's always the best one. So
yeah.
Go ahead. So those are the ones. That's part of the. That's part of the ones that came to conquer us over in America. And you had the Spanish Inquisition. Mm-hmm. You had the British colonies. So that's them coming against the children of Israel.
And that 7 heads, 7 means completion. So that means that Esau is completely taken over the earth, the regions of the earth where people dwell at.
And a complete form of those men, those nations, so to speak, to where they were strong enough. Some became weak, but now they have a coalition and a power to defeat it overall, like you said. So that's why we've been in captivity this long.
That's why when they said his nation is spoiled, and his brethren, those are the French, the Spain, the Spanish, you know, all these different types of Edomites, the Greeks, you know, they've all risen up to where they have enough power to dominate the earth through the sword.
That beast that was more stout than his neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go ahead.
Seven crowns, seven heads and 10 horns.
10 horns. So the 10 horns, it represents those, you know, EU countries, you know, like the old ones, you know, the Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, Burgundians, the Lombard, and then the newer ones, you know, Spain, Netherlands, you know, Italy, Portugal. You know, it's all, you know, and we used to rule those type of those regions because we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. So the Most High took us out of it, allowed them to take us down. It wasn't our time to rule. The next time we rule, it's going to be forever. You know, go ahead. And that's the part of that beast coming out, the wounded the head's wounded of the beast, and he came back into power during the Renaissance. Go ahead. His deadly wound was healed. Go ahead.
And 7 crowns upon his head.
7 crowns upon his head, man. So that represents power, rulership, authority, scepter, and king-like rulership, man. The British, they come from a king-like rulership. Well, you know, we were the real Britons. But you see, like in England and all that, they exercise their royalty still. Princess Diana, Princess Charles, and all that. That used to be us, you know. They really kind of learn from us, and the Arabs, as far as the slave trade and all that.
That's why the Lord said, why hast thou taught them one side ways? A lot of this stuff they got from us.
Yeah. Even when they came over here, the so-called Native Americans taught them how to cultivate the land,
how to bathe.
How to bathe. And if you read Nature Notes with Color Line, we taught them all this stuff. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Even when Noah was told to build an ark, he knew how to do those dynamics. Yahweh Shai being a carpenter, Joseph being the carpenter's son, and Joseph being a carpenter, they knew those dynamics. We were skilled. We don't have those skills no more. Many of us. That's why we you know, apostles always mention get you a skill. That's why Jake really just be gone off there smoking weed because he ain't got no skills now. Go ahead. But we are skilled at war also. You know? But now we're getting skilled in the spiritual war right here. This is sword right here. This is spiritual war.
It's a way tougher battle because you don't really have the requirements, resources on this side, on the physical plane to fight that battle. Everything here is against that battle.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
Yeah, and it's tough too because we don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jake believes that, you know, philosophical schools and all that is a kind of like, he don't think nothing wrong with it. It's not a war to him. It's not an enemy to him, but it is. Go ahead.
Fine. Verse 4, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
So that represents Judah, Benjamin, Levite. The tail was Herod, you know, because he was, you know, he got Herodians, you know what I'm saying? And he was a part of that Roman fixture, you know. And he came to devour. He came to devour Yahweh Shai, man. You know. And then we're gonna read about that. Go ahead.
And did cast him to the earth.
And did cast him down. But, you know. Go ahead. So it ain't talking about nothing in heaven, man. It's talking about right here on earth.
Yeah. When we fell during the Byzantine Empire, we were ruling, and after that 1,000 years, Satan came out of that prison, them caves. Them Edomites came out of them caves and basically torn down everything we built.
Yep. And a lot of Jake sell out. Jake's helped them too. You know, it was Jake against them. You know, that's why it's always a division. That's why he said, "Divide is you get conquered. House divided shall not stand." They know that. So they kind of rub shoulders with our people to get some information on how to do this. What's the best approach to this? My people sell out just like now. Go ahead.
And the dragon stood before the woman,
The dragon stood before the woman. Go ahead.
which was ready to be delivered.
So who did Israel, where did Yahweh Shai come out of? Israel. He's from the tribe of Judah. So where did Herod, was it Herod that asked where's the start, where's the child star, eastern star? You know? So because he wanted to take him out. So they've been hunting Yahweh Shai, basically trying to get to Yahweh Shai as soon as we were born. If the elites had a chance to do that with us, they would have devoured us. They would have devoured Abba Bib and start, even the seven back then, but GMS, One West. Go ahead.
And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to.
But they lucky. They did too because they set up Malcolm X and Martin Luther King as a philosophical war strategy. And a lot of people went that way. They were either Muslims or Christians, man.
And they knew that was very important. That's how you know it's important for them to spend all that money for that to be set up. And they put MLK on every doggone city in every hood. They don't do that because they don't do that not knowing that the spiritual war is a big deal, man. They know it is. The dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered.
Yep.
For to devour her child as soon as it was born.
As soon as it was born, man. That's how critical Yahweh Shai's birth was.
And this has got to be talking about something bigger than just a woman having a baby that's a woman. That wouldn't make any sense. That woman has to be Israel because there's no prophecy of a woman having a child and it's a woman coming out to do anything. So this is bigger than what it's deeper than what it seems. Verse 5, and the woman fled into the wilderness.
So she fled into the wilderness when we got received to Rome. We fled into the west parts of Africa, and then even into this America right here. So we fled, and it talks about if you go back to the besieged of Rome, they'll say it's those so-called Jews, but it's really our people, and they fled, man. They fled to the Masada Mountains. Some of them fled to North Africa. Some of them stayed, sold out and stayed. Some of them became so-called politics, whatever. Political figures. Some went, into Iran with the book of our people went into West Africa.
And that's where, we got sold into slavery, man. The majority of it. So, and the woman fled into the wilderness where she had the place prepared of the Most High.
And that place is America.
Yep.
Like you said, that's where
you skipped the part, huh? You skipped 5.
Oh, wait, yep, that's right. Salakia. Back to verse 5, Salakia, and she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations.
That was Yahweh Shai. And that, the beginning of their downfall started with Yahweh. They slew Yahweh Shai. And he rose back from the dead. It was on since then, man. Go ahead.
And he said the rule all nations. That ain't happened yet.
Yeah.
But that's what's finna happen. Yeah. Like the scripture say in Isaiah, now what he say, roughly paraphrase, he said, now will I raise myself up, something like that, roughly paraphrasing, because he's been raising up these other nations, into the up on the throne. But now he finna raise himself up, and he finna rule. He finna sit on the throne.
That's why it says, beheld the Ancient of Days did sit, and the thrones were cast down. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is the last throne, pretty much, of America ruling, this so-called white man ruling. This is the last rulership of their rulership of these other nations, you know what I'm saying, of the heathen, which the main heathen is the so-called white man that's ever going to rule. After this is over. It's no more in the place of him. Go ahead.
Who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
With a rod of iron, that's going to happen. Like the brother said, that's a future prophecy. Man. Go ahead.
And her child.
It reiterates that too. And I think Romans or something that Israel, a government should be raised up. It should rule with the rod of iron.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne.
Remember, Yahweh Shai was called up into the cloud, called up into the heavens. And then and he hasn't returned yet. So he said he's going to return in like manner as he was called up. When the Galileans was watching, getting called up. He said, "Wow, marvel. I'm going to return in like manner." So he's going to be an angelic force. That's the difference, man. When he come back this time, and he's going to get busy with Michael and the angels. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and the woman fled into the wilderness.
Yeah. So that wilderness is West Africa, but the last place right here in this wilderness is America. No? Go ahead.
You know, and that's basically foreshadowing, you know, them destruction. You know, there ain't gonna be nothing here.
Because in our people always, remember Jeroboam, he fled into Egypt. Our people always use Egypt as a help, you know, or sometimes these other nations like Jeroboam asked help from Syria, you know. So we'll be looking for refuge, but our refuge now is the Most High. We ain't gonna go into Egypt. What are our people doing right now? Saying, let's go to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Let's go buy some land in Africa. They doing the same thing as they did back then. Man. But what they finding out, the Africans don't like their ass. You know what I'm saying? And in the West Africa, if they go there, they poor. They gonna get robbed from their own people if they go and buy some land and get. And you know them celebrities be like, yeah, I'm going over there get some land. You're gonna get robbed, man. But they don't have it. Go ahead.
Continuing, where she hath a place prepared of the Most High, that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
So we're being nourished right here in America for a time until Yahweh Shai get back. We're being nurtured with this word, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And even maintaining while we, Most High is making Edom,
Yeah, that goes back to the Deuteronomy 28. He said, "You shall go for the one of all things. You should go to them." You know.
Yep.
That's that, and that being nurtured.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Because he ain't as harsh as he used to be. You know, he kind of, you got half of them trying to be Christians, and you know, they doing food stamps and programs, and they try to do a little bit, but that's like I said.
You have Edomite coming by and be like, we teaching about America going into, we love you, man.
That's not them doing that, because the Lord said, if he do it good, he do it unwillingly. That's just really the Most High. You got to look at it. Really, it's like the Most High speaking to you through them, in a sense. You know, it's kind of like that, because a lot of these people don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, he said he'll make our enemies our friends. Have peace with us.
Yep. Don't trust them. Don't trust that. They gonna show you their weakness in the end. Verse back to 6, that they should. That's right. Verse 7, and it reads, "And there was a war in heaven."
There was war in heaven. Go ahead.
Michael and his archangels, or his angels, fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against the dragon fought and his angels. Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
So the dragon and his armies, and that's going to take place when they try to fight against Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is coming with Michael and his angels, and there's going to be war, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
That lets you know too that when it talks about that it's gonna did we already get where the floods came to devour the woman? No, okay. No, go ahead.
Okay. And the dragon that was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan.
Satan, the adversary. Devil, the false accuser. Serpent is that trickery, that deceit, that craftiness. And it's gonna say, go ahead.
Which deceiveth the whole world.
See, he deceiveth the whole world with his witchcraft, his craftiness. Go ahead.
That word Satan means to practice divination. When you really go to the root of that, soothsaying, fortune telling, these omens, stuff that they do with the horoscopes, That's why you see Biggie, he said, what's your name, what's your sign, right? That's their sorcery, man. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
That's weapons.
Yep.
All his Esau weapons. Everything that Esau done created, they done built, is gonna go with him.
Yeah. They gonna be in the spaceships up there, man. They gonna lose.
They call him the prince of the power of the air, man. And I think they actually call the aircraft angels.
Yep.
That's why they have wings, man. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength.
Go ahead.
And the kingdom of our power.
Yep.
And the power of his Hamashiach.
Is anointed. Yep. Go ahead.
For the accuser of our brethren
is another term that we call him, accuser of our brethren. Go ahead.
Is cast down.
Is cast down. Now he's in a lowly state. Go ahead.
Which accused them before our power day and night.
Day and night.
Okay. That's what he's doing in the heavenly realm. He's trying to find ways to basically show the Lord that we don't deserve salvation. And he uses his physical counterpart, Esau, even the so-called white man, to do that, man. With the pseudoscience, contaminating the earth, contaminating the waters. That's why Jake can't think clearly, man. There ain't nothing here good for him.
That's part of the war. Go ahead.
Verse 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
Oh, some physical, man. It wasn't no spiritual blood, man. Some physical.
Yeah.
Shai actually died on the cross, man.
And that's what that Edomite was trying to say. He was trying to say the 12 gates in the kingdom is for the spiritual Israelites. Come on, what's wrong with this guy?
By the blood of the Lamb, man.
I have all physical gates and no physical people there. Okay,
what did it say in the scripture that he purchased us with his blood, man?
Yeah, man. Come on, because it said that nothing can. It has to be a sacrifice to be able to gain dominion on this side. Period.
Yeah, it says there's no remission without there's no sin given without the remission of blood.
There ain't no spiritual blood nowhere, man.
Blood.
It's real blood. Because that's what it said. Blood is in the light.
Yeah,
light is in the blood.
Everybody's just dancing like cartoons, and none's real.
Hell out of here, man. Oh man, you ain't ruling Jake with that shit, man. You basically did it when we was like 5. We grown now. Nobody believing that shit. So back to
and it said overcome by the blood of the Lamb, and go ahead.
And by the word of their testimony.
So that's when it's spiritual, man.
Yeah.
So by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of this testimony, his testimony, man.
It's got to be balanced.
Yep.
Yeah, because this word, that scripture right there, proves that this word is what is the reason why this kingdom is falling.
Yeah.
This word that's being brought out. Yeah. Us prophesying, getting out here prophesying against this place. It's a burden. Matter of fact, what it said, that in Isaiah 19, the burden of Egypt. This is a burden to Egypt, man.
Yep. And Isaiah was the son of Amos. And when you look up the son of Amos, his name actually meant burden.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of them being out there, man. So we gotta be in the same stead as the prophet. We gotta be out here, and it's gotta be, it ain't gonna be easy.
And what about martyrism, man? They still got the guillotines out there. You don't think that's going to mean something when a prophet get his head beheaded? That blood doesn't count for anything. It said even from the blood of Zacharias, from the blood of what did it say?
Righteous Abel.
Yeah, from Zacharias, the blood of righteous Abel should be required of this generation.
God required, because it's the same people that's back. They gotta face that. It said the son shall not pay for the father's sins, and the father not pay for the son's sins, vice versa.
So blood matters, man.
Yep. It matters so much the land can't even be cleansed without the ones who shedded the blood, man. Their blood got to get shed to make sure the remission of the land can be cleansed, man. But America, this place gonna be cleansed of fire. Ain't gonna be nothing else in no more, man.
Oh, and it says in the scripture, the Old Testament says life is in the blood.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
So we're gonna overcome them by the blood of the Lamb, man. And go ahead.
And by the word of their testimony.
By the word of their testimony, which is the testimony of Yahweh Shai. He is the spirit of prophecy. The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. Go ahead.
And they love not their lives unto the death.
Yeah, the prophets love their lives unto the death. You see how they were calling out. Hey, Job, Ezekiel, Jeremiah was suffering, and all the prophets and the disciples and all that. And they wanted to put him to death. They wanted John to, after they said, bring John's head on a platter.
That's the spirit of these people, man.
Yep. They want our heads.
Verse 12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens.
Oh, and we're rejoicing because we represent the heavens, man. Right here it's going to be heaven on earth in the future, near future. But inside, we represent the heavens right now that's speaking out. We're rejoicing that Most High called us out of this dark ass world, man. Go ahead.
Ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
We that dwell in them. Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Of the earth.
And of the sea.
And of the sea. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no spiritual earth, man. This is real earth.
Everybody else.
And then the sea is because what? Esau's taking all the bottom feeders out of the sea, man. That's why the oceans is contaminated. Taking all the lobster out, taking all the shrimp out. Just like to always Quan say, woe means destruction, man. There's destruction coming on this place. So woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he has but a short time.
So he's kind of lowering himself, just like it says, he crouching himself as a peaceful man, crouching himself as what did it say? Crouching himself as a lion.
Yeah, it said humble himself as a lion.
Humble himself.
He
crouches down.
Go crouches down as a lion. Yeah. That's how the system is, man.
So he's coming down into you. So basically, he they set up their, the formation, the beginning of that formation of chess playing and spiritual tactics. They do that, of course, with school, philosophy, church, and all that. But really, when they do this martial law, they come to get you for real.
Yep, they're gonna come to your door.
Yeah, they're gonna physically put their hands on you.
They're gonna be like, it's martial law. We taking everything in here, and they ain't gonna do that nicely, man. They're gonna be grabbing Jake and throwing us around and stuff or whatever. You're gonna have to endure that affliction. Yep. That's a part of being a believer, especially being a prophet. You want to get spiritually ready. And when those things come, it said don't feel ashamed for what thou hast been suffering. Yeah. Don't feel ashamed for that, because that's what Yahweh shot, man. And when it says no, it see it means to out here, man. They see in the chariots, flying around their stuff, man. You know.
So where are they gonna come? They're gonna implement martial law. They're gonna come with that sea hip, man.
Yep.
And you know that sea hip is to track your ass and to you don't have no rights, man. And you got them inside of you basically, man. No escape.
Yep.
And they'll turn off your sea hip and you won't be able to buy or sell. That's destruction up on you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child.
Yeah, he persecuted Israel. Brought forth the man child. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And to the woman there were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness and to her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent.
From the face of the serpent. So over here, we've been over here what, for 350 years? You know? And been nourished. Even at time when Bobby Bivens came up on the scene and started with West School, because nourished with that Nazism and stuff.
Yeah. So we were like that 350 years of slavery that kind of started letting up off of us. You know, Bob Bivens came on the scene. Jake was starting to do a little bit better. Was able to start going to the schools or whatever, be able to be part of society. So that was part of that nourishment. You know, giving us a chance to actually be incompetent enough to understand the scriptures. Because they were hard on Jake, man. But now it's like Saquon said, it's psychologically now. Now the Lord's using the adversary to test our spirit, man.
And a lot of and all Jake didn't go. It wasn't hardcore for all Jake because you had still like you have today. You have political figures that were rubbing shoulders and doing and campaigning with these leaders that wasn't in poverty and wasn't in those places. So you still have British soldiers and British leaders of the black caucus that came over here.
And it did require a sacrifice. That's why they be so miserable, man.
Yeah, they set them up in war too. Like a lot of our people died in the war, Tuskegee War and all that. So I'm not saying that what you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean like the Hollywood people and stuff like they, you know, they got money.
They got curses too.
Yeah. They be having to do stuff to make it look like they they happy. We just they not happy, Jake, either. Ain't none of us happy here, man. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, Zaquan spot on.
It said 15. Go ahead.
The serpent was cast out of his mouth.
The serpent cast out of his mouth. Go ahead.
Water as a flood after the woman.
Water as a flood after the woman of philosophy. And even back then, if you go to the serpent in the garden, what did he do? He didn't kill Eve. He didn't go at her like he came with his philosophy. Like you should not surely die. And he know that the day thereof you take up, you become gods knowing good and evil. You know? So he's doing the same thing now. Look, you could be entrepreneurs. You could be having titles. You can be a basketball player. You could be an NFL player. You could be a philosopher. You could be a scientist. You gotta go through these ranks though. The elites go ahead.
And the further they get in there, the more wicked they become. And it really makes it where they can't even stand themselves. That's why a lot of people commit suicide and stuff, man. Because they don't understand the psychological war that they got to deal with too. And the serpent cast out after a woman that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Verse 16, and the earth helped the woman.
Earth helped the woman. Archaeological digs. They did have philosophers back in West Africa and during those moments that counteracted and they kind of intervened with their what do you call it, their design was, they even time of slavery they had the visible church, which they practiced church outside of their church. So there was an opposition. There was and now we have the internet where they got whistleblowers and what the other one they call it? The truth sayers they call them. like that's fighting against. You have Buddha that came out with those icons. You got so it's fighting against those philosophical things that the people are learning in the world.
Yeah, ideologies. Yeah.
Now everybody now starting to focus on the truth, or the Israelites that's bringing out the truth. It's like, damn, what are they talking about?
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Yeah, swallow up all the lies. You know? Now they got so many books uncovering, you know, how damn the Moors and the blacks ruled during the Europe, and you know, and the Native Americans were their brothers. They helped them out, and shit, they find out the truth. Man. Online, a lot of these books, some of these things that's revealed in slavery that you know that they didn't know about. That a lot of these so-called white people had a weak nature about them, and they was, you know, they was bowing down to some slaves. You know, some of you know what I'm saying? They was weak. They, you know, and the slaves used that to their advantage. Go ahead.
Verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Yep, the dragon was wroth with the woman. So, because the lies were working and shit, man. They get swallowed up like that, you know. And then, so, what did the devil do? What did serpent do? Go ahead.
The dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war.
Went to make war. Go ahead.
With the remnant of her seed.
That makes sense because the truth, what did it say? The truth rules over all, man. Oh, okay, shoot. So I'm gonna attack them because they got the truth. They got the, you know, and this truth is really affecting people, man. You know, it's affecting. That's what didn't they say? They trying to put the Bible back into the school and all that. You know. They're asking questions about, you might have children asking questions about the Israelites, teenagers asking about the Israelites. Or didn't black people rule during the Byzantine Empire? Oh, who taught you that? You know? So it's things happening in the earth that's beneficial to us being Israel, man. Go ahead.
Which keep the commandments of the Most High.
Yeah, which keep the commandments of the Most High, because that's what you said. They don't like prophecy. They don't like the prophets. They like this is why we ain't ruling. I mean, this is why we you know, this our place is going down. You know, this is why the lies ain't working, because they're telling the truth about everything, and that is the case, man. You got, you know, even in a kind of platform way of with these with TikTok and YouTube, yeah, you can be have all kind of videos, different videos, and then you'll have see a couple comments saying, you know that we really Israelites, or you know, reincarnation. That's why they act or something like relates to the truth. That's why they was getting shut TikTok down. But now they put more entertainment, more you know what I'm saying, more lies, AI. Look, they push that AI button now. Everybody, oh shit, why don't they playing with AI? They're putting all these distractions out and shit. Because they don't want prophecy to come to pass.
They said folly with second grade dignity, man. That's part of that AI.
Yep.
They're just sending out a whole bunch of random stuff just to keep Jake laughing and not really understanding what's about to happen in this place, man.
Meanwhile, now they exercising Israelite camps against the true Israelite camp by paying them in the bag, telling them to lie, not saying the name,
even having ones that ain't even know camp like Drewski.
Yeah.
You know, and all of it's doing is just it's revealing that this is really actually a big deal.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't do nothing about it. They wouldn't say nothing about it.
Talking through their movies, you know, putting Yahweh Shai's name in the news. Go ahead. Ask Kanye West about it. Ask Kyrie Irving about it. You know, Vlad asking everybody about the Israelites. So it's out there, man. Go ahead.
And has a testimony of Yahushua Hamashiach.
And had a testimony of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. You know, and that testimony, that word test, basically it comes from man. testify, which means testicle, your loins. So a woman she ain't even supposed to speak. It's a what the definition of
And that's why they're gonna roll on. Like you said, the dragon waged war against made war with the remnant of a seed that had the testimony. Because what we out here speaking, that's what's gonna rouse them up. You know what I'm saying?
What they said to Paul, ain't you that one that calls an uproar?
Mm-hmm.
You know, words steer, there's truth steers people's emotions up, man. But I got that word testify, and it comes from the speak or to respond. That's why the Most High said, a woman should not speak in the church. Stay silent, because testifying comes from male. It comes from testicles, which a woman don't have testicles. So you ain't supposed to speak. Let her learn in silence. You know? So women always in the church talking about, I got a testimony. Testimony, you can share your dreams and all that. Testifying, that's of Yahweh Yahushai, man. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it.
And that word to testify comes from the word I not. Bible. In Hebrew. So then we go back to the Revelation 13. All right. Might want to start at 6, I think. You want to do that out? Revelation 13:6.
And this is part of that war.
Yeah.
Them trying to get us all with that MOTB, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest part of the war, man. That's the final battle, damn near.
Yeah. Because all this time, Most High won't, like it said, to Yahweh Shai is formed in you. So when Yahweh Shai is formed in us, it's that strength to not take the MOTB. You don't have Yahweh Shai in you. Yahweh Shai in you, you're going to take that sin.
Take it, man.
Go ahead.
It's Revelation 13:6. And he opened his mouth against the Most High.
Go to 5.
Verse 5, it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High. To blaspheme. Revelation 13:1. And I stood upon the sea and saw a beast rise out of the sea.
Out of the people of beasts, go ahead.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
We mentioned the 7 heads, 10 horns. Let's try to do it again. Let me see if I don't miss one. Roman, Greeks, Spain, Germany Major, Germany Minor, French, the British.
Yep, there you go.
And then we mentioned the 10 horns, Spain and Netherlands, Portugal,
Belgium, Uruguay.
No,
Uruguay.
Uruguay tribe.
Oh, wait, that's what I was thinking about. I'm thinking United Kingdom. Them guys.
It says, you have 7 heads and 10 horns.
7 heads and 10 horns.
And upon his horns, 10 crowns.
10 crowns. We talked about how to take the crown. Go ahead.
And upon his heads, the name of blasphemy.
Yeah.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Like unto a leopard, which represents the Greek Empire. Go ahead.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
So the Britain Empire, the lion, right?
Yeah.
I was wrong about that too. The United Kingdom ain't no EU either. I thought they was. My bad.
And
It's part of the whole thing, you know. European Union. That's part of. That's why they had the Brexit.
Okay. I just looked it
British,
up. So
yeah.
I want to make sure I didn't.
British exiting the, you know, from the papers. I mean, the Europe.
Okay, so it was, but now it ain't. Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't.
But the feet of a bear going into Russia, right? Go ahead.
and the dragon gave, wait, yeah, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Yep.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death.
Yeah. So that's that. During the time of the Byzantine Empire, they was basically, in the cage we were ruling for 1,000 years plus.
That was right after the old Roman Empire fell. Going into you see that movie The Gladiator, and you know how they had the second one where basically Rome was basically reinvented. That was mainly basically that time. Going into that time. Jake, ruling Esau being cast out, man.
That was called the Holy Roman Empire. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And his deadly wound was healed.
Yeah, it came back during the Renaissance, which is rebirth. Go ahead.
And all the world wandered after the beast.
Yeah. So now we in the last leg of Rome. It's a spiritual Rome, the last leg of Rome, and they exercise all those similar power components that Rome had right here in America. They even have the cathedrals and amphitheaters over here as a symbolic form of what Russia was doing. I mean, what Romans were doing back then. So now all the beast is coming over, and the main target of the beast is right here in America. This is the core place that the Israelites are targeting. So this is that beast coming out of the woman, Israel, with the elect. The elect is represented this time, man. Where it always was, you know what I'm saying? So how's the beast coming to war against us if we ain't got no weapons? Because we got this testimony of Yahweh Shai, the word and the promise of Yahweh Shai, man. So now, what is their tactics? War tactics, politically, even when they came against Daniel, Daniel, how did they throw him in the lion's den? By the way of 30-day petition, right?
Yep.
And if you go against the laws of the Persian Medes, he'll get thrown in lions. And they didn't come and behead him or come at him physically. It was like, because Daniel was preferred before presidents and princes, so they had to come to Daniel a different way. And they did the same thing with during the time of the besieging of Jerusalem during the 70 AD with Titus, right? And the Vespasian, he did it through his campaign, and then they attacked Israel. And then even through the campaigning and all that, who blamed the Israelites? Nero.
Yep.
So they doing the same thing today. They setting up draconian laws, to come against us, and if we break them, they're gonna be like, well, they gotta go. Mm-hmm. They gotta get thrown in prison.
That's how it's gonna be with the MOTB. You're gonna look at you as basically an outcast, someone who's treason.
A potential domestic terrorist.
Yep. Because you don't want to comply with the system.
You see, we already look like it. You know what I'm saying? You But like you said, but,
Oh, man.
we are those people of the Western Asia, so-called Middle East, Levant,
Yeah, that you know that put together that attire they got that from us anyway.
Yeah, and and this word is a terror to Esau, man. So they all gonna call us terrorists at the end of the day. Once it really everything lines up. They even be articles talking about. It was an article that we seen on that news break. It was like it said Ezekiel 38 is right at it's coming right off the page. Who do you think they learned that from, man? Who do you think they learned that from? They don't make articles like that till literally this year. You know?
See, they gotta play chess too,
Yeah.
So when they came against Paul, what did he say? I'm a Roman citizen. So we might say the same thing. Why y'all come? We Americans too.
I'll be like, I got my real ID card though. Why y'all come? Hey, I've been complying at least with that. Give me a couple months to get the rest of my shit.
Yeah. Hey, we go to court, you be like, shit, I've been taking classes and so got my degree and shit.
I need an extension. I need to talk to me. I ain't got a contract. What happened?
So we still, what I'm saying? We still maintain it, and still going to war.
Yeah.
At the same time, because our war is spiritual. So here's the book. Now they understanding because they not spiritual people. Now they really understand it like they are, because they'll try to trick themselves. They be like, damn, they are the prophets, man. We need to go ahead and pull the plug out. Which is good for us, because that's when the Most High is going to intervene. Angels going to intervene. I have so we talked about the woman's contractions and travailing like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And what did Yahweh Shai do? He got called up, right? And he says, he suffered and everything. But what's going to happen similar to what happened in Rome with Yahweh Shai? Most High willing, we're going to get called up. Yeah. So we're having this woman, Jacob's trouble coming, which is the woman in her pains and, travailing. But the elect is going to be the new birth, so to speak. And salvation saved from Most High willing from this destruction. So our children of Israel is about to be delivered, and we're going to be delivered in what they call UFOs. So that's how it always happens. You have the travail of a woman; she's struggling. She's and suffers as a travail of a woman that's about to bring forth a child, and then you have when the child is delivered, he's delivered up into the heavens. Talking about Israel, talking about that elect, talking about exempt from judgment, talking about called up into the chariots. No, go ahead. What was he doing? Get scripture right quick. 1 Peter 1:13 to let you know it's spiritual now. Because back then we used to really go to war, David and his mighty men. And David and his mighty men, one point in history, they was going against Syria and going against Ammon. There was a Joab, he called Abishai, and he told him about the war. And he sent him, I think he sent Abishai against the Ammonites when he was going against the Syrians. And he said, if the Syrians are too much for me, you help me. And if the Ammonites are too much for you, I'll help you. So they had each other's back, This is against their enemies, the heathens. So we do the same thing in a spiritual tactical war. Let us know if you need help, brother, fighting these devils. Let us know over here if you need help, brother, fighting these devils. So it's a spiritual war taking place, man. We help each other in court situations. We help each other in job situations, rent situations, because that's a part of maintaining your mind to fight against this beast. Because his opposition is to make us feel weak in our minds, to make us give up and not fight. And that's because it's a spiritual war now. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You got that?
This is 1 Peter 1
Yep.
and 13.
Yeah, go ahead.
So wherefore gird up the loins of your mind.
Gird up the loins of your mind. See? So the loins are got to do with your mind. Back then, you had to really get it. You do today. But back then, it was like, you put your hand on your loins, like, you know. Now it's more mental now. Put the gird up the loins of your mind, man. Go ahead.
Be sober.
Be sober.
And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shah.
Yeah. Hope for the grace to the end, to the revelation of Yahweh Shah. Remember, it said Yahweh Shah is going to be revealed in us. And pretty much that ends up to be spiritual powers, man. Having these mortal bodies be immortal. And it also says, because I wanted to get that loins from the Father right quick, Hebrews 7 and 10. Yeah. And then our brothers can but yeah, Hebrews 7 and 10 right quick. So the loins of your fathers. So this message is to the son from the Father. To gird up your mind and you gird up the loins of your mind. So it's a mental connection, spiritual mental connection with the Most High to have us within us to exercise our manhood according to the Spirit of Yahweh Yahushai in this word, in this battle. You know, go ahead.
This is Hebrews chapter 7, verse 10.
That's why they put that's why they put estrogen, sugar and everything, estrogen and everything. They try to weaken you by these women, by the church, by philosophies. That weakens a man too. That confusion, that's not masculine. Confusion is unmasculine, if that's a word. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews chapter 7, verse 9. And as I may so say, Levi also, who received his tithes, paid tithes in Abraham. Verse 10, for he was yet in the loins of his father.
Yeah, the loins of he was yet in the loins of his father, man. Like the Most High knew us before we came forth out of our mother's womb, before we was even formed. He knew we were going to be male sons. He knew we were going to be out there on the battlefield.
And that's just basically how it is in the spirit world. Like, you ain't going to be a male down here, and then when you come back, you're going to be a woman. Nah, it's the same person that's back.
Yeah. And these women love to be women. Even the butchers and dykes be up there marching for women's rights. Like, I thought you wanted to be a damn man. But it said I think there's a scripture that says that too, that the creatures love being who they are. The lion likes being a lion. Like, yeah.
That makes sense. They said we want a right to act like we a damn man, but we still a woman.
Yeah. Gonna jump on the side. Oh shit, I'm a woman. I'm a man now. I need help. I'm a woman. I don't need help. I'm a man. Get the hell out of here. That's confusion, man. You be twirling all around like a damn, like somebody in the circus and shit, man. Like, what the fuck? Go ahead. But so the war is for men, man. That's why women ain't supposed to talk about why, testifying why they left the Hebrew Israelites and they trying to join the church and all that. It's not for you. Lord, help me to the man that's doing the work, to the man that is a prophet. Like I said, if this was all women doing the ministry, it'd be one day and they'd be fighting and I'm tired of this and I don't got to do this. one day and shit. I got to get my nails done, my hair. I ain't got time. It'd be all messed up. It wouldn't be no fruit out there. Yeah, go ahead.
Where Melchizedek met him.
When Melchizedek met him. So the Most High is in control of this, and He's in control of the matter of these things that's coming into place. Surfacing these things about prophecy, His Son's doing His work. The enemy that's coming against His Son, it's all the Most High set up for the victory that we are sure to win if we stay strong. Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Shai. And the elect is going to get it anyway. It's already written that they got it. Yeah. They already got the crown. It's just this stuff got to play out. That's all. But it's already done. That's why Esau can't do nothing to get out of his punishment. He can't get out of his punishment. He can't make the Most High change his mind. It's already set in stone, as they say. Go ahead. Oh, and Revelation. Did we read Revelation 13:7 real quick?
Oh yeah, we did. Oh wait, okay. Wait. Did you read 13:7? Revelation 13:7.
Okay, yeah. And it said that his deadly wound was healed. Let's pick up right there again. 3. So his deadly wound was healed. They came back during the rebirth, Renaissance, which means rebirth. They reestablished themselves during the 1350s to the 1400s was the height of that. And then shortly after that came Christopher Columbus, and then it's all that Spanish Inquisition, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, and then you had not too much later. I mean, not way later, but you had that they were trying to form those the beastly parts, like the Spanish Inquisition and the British colonies and all that. And then in 1949, you had NATO, the North Alliance Treaty Organization. So the beast was formed. And then you had the EU, which is the European Union, which is the beast. NATO is the military coming, and now they setting up a new world order against the Israelites. So it's similar to what happened in Rome. This is Rome all over again. I keep telling you. Go ahead.
Yep, that's literally what the beast is. That like you said, that North Atlantic Treaty Organization, man. That's that military side, man.
What do you say? Then you paraphrasing coming from.
Yep, that's them. It's literally North Atlantic. Like come on, man. That's got to be the scriptures right there. Go ahead up.
It's Revelation 13:7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
War with the saints, man.
And to overcome them.
Did it say the saints? What did it say? Our war is not carnal. So who are they going to war with us?
Yeah. Why would they make war with us if we just reading the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that? That's how important it is, man.
Not only that, they're not going to war with weapons. They're going to war with philosophy.
Yep.
They're going to war with Yahweh Shai with weapons, but that's an angelic war. Yep. But with us, they're going to, do a little shit, coming into laws, draconian laws, set up false churches. Yep. Try to take us to prison.
Because they know the Most High, He said He won't bring us no harm if we don't put our hands towards iniquity. So they got to, deceive us to do something to get destroyed.
Yeah, like they do.
Because they don't got really no power, man. Yep. The Most High has all the power. They know that.
So the beast is coming to war with us, man. And we got this, we with our swords, and they see the Bible as a real sword. They see it as a threat to them.
And really the Lord controls them, so that's why they don't just come down on us. Mm-hmm. It's the Lord letting the story play out, man. And He's testing His sons. This whole earth generated for these men, these 144,000 men to be rulers of the earth with Yahweh Shai. Yeah, well, that's the only reason why everything here.
Yeah, well, that's why Satan came against Job. Came with the sons of God, and he said, "Have you tried my servant Job? He is an upright man, skeweth evil."
Yeah.
He said, go against him and take not his life.
Yep.
So, like the brother said, the Most High, he sent our enemies against us. And this,
He said Simon Peter, he said Satan desired to sift him as wheat. He didn't stop him. He sent him. You know? Yeah. I didn't cut you off.
no, go ahead. He stirred up us enemies against David.
Yep.
And what David did.
See what you gonna do.
He even stirred up Saul against David. You know?
Yep. See what you gonna do, man.
So this is a great war, and it's a beautiful war, I would say. I mean, you know, I love that the Most High had. I like the way that this war is going. You know, we don't really have to be involved in the physical war with all that Ukraine. I mean that Israeli stuff. That who was that Russia stuff, the bombings and all that. But we just on the side singing the word of the Most High.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We just kind of over there watching and observing, giving you, updates on what's going on. You know,
Being watchmen. But then the beast is like, he's looking at us like, damn, they trying to change the narrative of the New World Order.
because we're the only sign of the end, man. And that's what you said.
It says in the Bible they stood as an exceeding great army.
Yep.
They stood as an exceeding great army.
Yeah, I think it's in the Apocrypha. It says it like that,
Yeah,
and it says it in Revelation 11.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And it says, and those that look,
Ezekiel 37.
yep, and those that looked at dry bones,
Yep.
those that looked up on it feared. So they looking at us like an army now. So I put the spirit on to actually see us as army, as soldiers in an army, with this spiritual weapon right here, which is the Bible, the word of the Most High. Go ahead.
and this is like Quan was saying, like we really the only way that people are seeing that there is an end. Like, and that's what the prophets are. This I just want to make a point. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5. And it reads, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions. And that's what we telling you, like, you're gonna be afflicted, It says, do the work of an evangelist, make
How you balancing and shit, and people throwing shit at you and shit.
Yeah.
Trying to, you like
trying to stay up.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And it says, make full proof of thy ministry.
Yeah, because the philosophies of the devil coming against us, trying to say that we ain't the children of Israel, that this is not the truth. Go ahead.
And when you go into that word evangelist, that's how you say it. Let me turn up my volume real quick. I want to make a point. Euangelistes, right? When you look up that word, it means a bringer of good tidings, an evangelist, and it says the name given to the New Testament heralds of salvation through Yahushua who are not apostles. So it's even talking about younger brothers on all the way up on down. But when you look up that word heralds, this is literally what it means. Look up the word heralds. It means officials historically acting as royal messengers who deliver proclamations, announce ambassadors, arrange ceremonies and tournaments. But when you really go into it, it said, I looked up it earlier. It said to basically be a sign that something is going to happen. That's a herald, a sign of something that's going to happen, man. And this is the only way that they can see something's going to happen. It's all the brothers standing up on the corners, man. That's the only way they see it. You got them old pictures of the Christian.
And that's how you know we the true prophets, man. I mean, that's how you know we are the true men of the Lord, because every time when you read the scriptures, ancient accounts, every time the prophets came on the scene, there was a problem.
Yep.
It was a problem. You don't see these mega churches, TD Jakes, They been on the scene. They ain't been it ain't been no problem for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I went and found it. Yeah, they never looked at him as a sign something was gonna happen. They just looked at it like, just go to church Sunday. They ain't talking about no war coming, man. But yes, he said right there. It said a person or thing viewed as a sign that something is about to happen. That's the prophets, man. That's what it means by making full proof. It's this right here. And of course, going into particular doctrines that other camps don't like doing.
That's why what was said of Daniel, right? In him dwelleth the holy God to interpret, to say when Belshazzar read the writing on the wall, the downfall of their kingdom. So this is a sign of the downfall of America and the downfall of the mother kingdom. When they churches, the way they draw this out is it's an actual beast coming, against the woman and shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all felt, man. Put down the Bible. Let GMS rule like they've been ruling, man.
Yeah, man.
I used to be like, when I read it and I didn't understand Revelation, I'd be like, that's terrible, mother. I was crying like a beast is come out the sea. And then you get the, get the breakdown. You're like, oh, man, come on. It's just people, man. But it actually just say that when you read on down, it talks about kings and people and all that. So, but that Christianity, that American Christianity crap, what else you call it? That pseudoscience crap, and the way they paint the Bible and the way they draw pictures, man. Like we was watching Book of Eli, not Book of Eli, but Book of Clarence.
Yeah.
They butchered that shit.
It
was a good movie, but they butchered the hell out of the Bible.
They was talking about the virgin birth. Mm-hmm. They was talking about, like, they had him get mad at Clarence because he did like, there ain't no virgin birth. They was like, blasphemy. They was like, come on, man. He wasn't in there saying
Joseph
that,
was
man.
in the corner like, and he said, so y'all didn't sleep together. He's like,
you
like, come on, Joseph.
Tell
everybody you popped that, Joseph. Damn,
come on, man.
Like you a virgin your damn self.
Yeah, man. What's wrong with this guy?
Come on, man.
Oh, man.
You gonna tell me that they first chance of a virgin they ain't gonna be popping?
It's Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee.
Yeah, that's like they think about America. Nobody think America goes down.
And he raised that place up. Well, the Lord said, I raised thee up. How did he raise them up? Through his own people, the Israelites, through slavery, man. That's how they got all this power, man. Through enslaving us and having us build this whole place, man. Issachar can't go 2 days without not building something in this motherfucker, man.
Well, that's why our people used to be. We used to find favor. We used to be favorable to these nations sometimes, like Moses. But what did Moses do? He stepped down and subdued his people. Well, Pharaoh tried to bring him in and say, "Shit, I'll make you my grandson. You marry my daughter." Yeah. Go ahead.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Yeah, declared throughout all the earth with this word, man. This word is gonna consume all this. Like, hey, man, like I'd be glad when all the knowledge of these schools and the philosophies, all that. I'd be glad when this comes to not, because Esau be thinking he's a smart ass, man. He be thinking he's educated with his science and all that, and think he know history. Yeah, man. Oh, the Dark Ages. That's when nobody knew anything, dude. Like. Nah,
how did you know if nobody knew it? How you gonna say that nobody knew nothing, but you able to tell us nobody knew that?
Yeah.
And you ain't wasn't even there, right?
And then you're gonna come out of that state to where you gotta be a baby all over again. Yeah. You can't even wipe your own ass if you're coming from not knowing nothing and shit.
Leave, man. These guys over here, man.
That's the worst liars in the world, man. Thinking they know some shit, man.
Crazy. Man.
Where does it say that in the Bible? Right here, dude. Same way you've been going. Because Esau don't believe in the Bible. He just It's just a what do you call it? A makeup.
Yeah. Like we were saying, Trump, he was just talking about making America, turn back to the Most High, turn back to God. He was over at his breakfast prayer church, and his pastor was like, "This dude said he ain't even read the Bible." What they talking about, man?
Yeah.
Hey, many people don't know the Lord,
Yeah,
man.
you know Trump ain't read nobody.
Man, he ain't read not one Bible scripture, not one.
You might read the Talmud or whatever.
And then, like Jaquan said, they'll be like, where it say that in the Bible? Then you gonna read it to them. That's the first time they ever read it. And they like, oh well, you misinterpreted that. You ain't even know it was in there. How you know? How you know we misinterpreted? You just read that shit for the first time in your life, but you know it. Oh, okay. You gonna teach me something? I said, all right, man.
That's why we say it. That's why Paul say don't deal with Christians.
Don't deal with it. 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts.
Now that everybody trying to break down the Bible like the apostles. See, now go to Esau. God hated Esau, but he didn't really hate him. Just like IUIC is changing their narrative, talking about God hates Esau. We don't. Like, come on, man.
What?
Yeah, that's their latest one.
Yeah,
Like,
man. I remember that, but I'm just like, where are you going with that? You saying you're not with the Most High? Oh, hey, Most High hate them, but we just standing over here saying that he hate them.
Yeah, your father just had a fight with a man, and I hate that motherfucker. I better not see him again. And you gonna go out and have dinner with him or chill with his son, man? Come on.
Oh man, crazy shit.
Go ahead, man.
Cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature.
Yep. Put off the weak nature, man. Because they coming for us, man.
And they're gonna use everything they can against you, Jake, to basically throw you out of the truth, man. You know, the biggest one is them drugs, man. Jake can't get right, man.
I was just gonna say that.
Drugs, man.
Crack was a real heavy epidemic that took our people down. They didn't have to do nothing, just put some rocks in there. The other light stones.
Jake was like, man, I can't do nothing. He's like, they can't do nothing against me. As soon as he do that crack, he loses his house, his jar, his car, his girl, everything, man.
Now it's a lot of times it's women now. I mean, it always was through history, but even more so today.
Yeah.
Jake selling this soul for some ass, so some box.
That's why he got them all walking around here like that, man. Verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Yep. And that's getting your mind right, taking off the mortal mindset. Now, we're not saying you ain't gonna be out here, living and you gotta eat and stuff, but we just saying don't rely on that stuff, man. Don't make that your main focal point of life. Make sure you stay intact.
Like we said, Moses, he knew when to go, he knew when to say, nah, that's too far. Like it was things started getting rough. You'd be like, you can only go so far in this place. Because then you'll start selling your soul, start rubbing shoulders with the devil.
Yep. Because you can't get nowhere here with that type of level of success without being wicked. Mm-hmm. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Yeah. So to have all the resources, you got to be wicked. Mm-hmm.
And if you follow the trail, I gotta say it because we still believe, as men, me personally, I still believe in some potential elect men that could come out of IUIC if they separate from their church. But they teaching not the name of the Most High, Yahweh Yahushai, and they saying that they don't hate the Edomites and a lot of other stuff. So if you follow those traits and stuff, you'll realize that it ain't right, man. Then they say Yahweh, man. Come on, man. Anything but what GMS is teaching, and GMS is teaching the right way. So, pretty soon they're gonna be like, yeah, you can take the beam and you can be in a so-called white man's school, and you could be you know, and his jobs, and you could be a part of all. You could be a part of the world, man. Just don't. Just know you're an Israelite. That's that. You know what I'm saying?
That wouldn't make no sense. That wouldn't make no sense because
that's basically what they're saying already.
yeah, but that wouldn't make no sense with prophecy because the Lord said, you know, at first it's a spiritual war, but later on we're gonna be actually the battle weapons, man, of the Lord, man. That's what I'm saying. People be talking to us crazy. Don't do that, then, man. Because you're gonna find out this is gonna be the same people we in this man. We coming for your motherfucking ass, man. You know? So, Jeremiah chapter.
And if we're not in that, if we're in that mind state, you know what? You're gonna lead a lot of our people to death because Esau is going to be in the mind state of Esau. Most High is steering Esau up to go back into his right mind, to be Esau. So guess what? Our people want to be dancing, gonna be trying to dance with Esau. He's gonna be slaughtering them.
Yep.
You know, especially with this sea hip. When they take it, and you're gonna try to hide out. They're gonna know exactly who you are because they chip you. So they're gonna come to destroy you. If you want to talk about, oh yeah, now I believe in Yahweh. Okay, you come to get your ass.
Yep. A lot of people gonna denounce their faith, man. When Esau really start coming down, man. Yep. A lot of people gonna act like they weren't with us because they never was. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Yep.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
And that's going to happen on another level. We already with the spiritual battle right here. It's going to actually manifest.
And that's why they have the phrase in the scriptures, as it on earth as it is in heaven. But it's got to be established in the heavens first. It's decently done in order. It's got to be a process of it being declared. Just like when you go to court before you get your sentence, they got to declare everything they're going to do.
Well, now,
then they do it.
Now that's all that's left because it has been declared.
It's already been declared.
So like it says, like as in heaven, as it's done, it shall be done on earth.
Yep.
So no one can stop it. You know, I don't care how much you yell out and cry for our demise. I don't care what philosophy the doctors are coming up with, how you feel about it. Most High ain't into feelings. He's, you know, his word is his word, man.
And you know it's cutting these Edomites because one of them just passed through a second ago. Was like, get out of here.
Yep.
Get out of here. Like that's how they know that after we done with this shit, that's it, man.
Shalom. Shalom to the brothers and sisters on Commonwealth. Y'all watch my shot. By Shem Kakadash, Barakatah, Shalom. By Yah War, Tulsa, Shalom, the water for 2 minutes. Go ahead.
And with thee, I will destroy kingdoms.
Most High destroy kingdoms, man. We don't give a damn who you are, man. And it ain't a time to love. Didn't they say it's a time to hate? But then they're going to say that they don't hate the Edomites. Well, who is it to ever hate if you don't hate the enemy? You ain't supposed to hate your brother. Go ahead.
Verse 21, and with thee I will break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee I will break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also I will break in pieces man and woman.
Man and woman, man.
Right? Everybody that's against this, man.
Nobody's exempt.
Ain't nobody exempt, man. And if you out here talking about we wrong, then you saying the Most High is wrong. Because this is what he's saying he's going to do.
Y'all might as well put the Bible down.
You should have put it down a long time ago. That's why the plague's on your ass. Just want to pick it up and just interpret it however you wanted to, man.
Yeah, because you stored in the words of the Most High.
So we say that to Amalek. We say that to Esau. We small at. Y'all would have put this book down, man.
Oh, they mostly in trouble. Y'all mostly gonna
y'all took it and scrambled it up and everything, man.
Y'all gonna be the example of what trouble is coming to Edom when y'all go into slavery.
Yep.
They're the first ones to the field.
Yep.
Because at the same time they deceiving our people and slaughtering us and tending to slaughter the elect. So Most High really got a target on your damn back, man. You lie, you devils, and you murderers, And you basically weak men, really. You base men.
And that's the thing. We picking a fight with the head, man. Most of these people down here don't even know what's going on, man.
Nah.
What's the point of picking a fight with somebody that don't even know shit?
Nah.
That's why he said he made war with the Saints. No damn just regular ass Jake out here. What the fuck are they doing? They're not doing nothing to break down the system, man. It starts spiritually. And with thee I will break in pieces old and young. And with
Shalom to lights out devil, shalom, Yahweh, shalom. Pieces that I will break in pieces. Go ahead.
And with thee will I break in pieces old and young.
Old, and it don't matter if you're old or young. Hey, Esau, you know that very well. You didn't care about the old or young. Now that shit is gonna happen to you. Most High don't care about the old or young. People be like, let's go back to the days we were children. Children are not racist. They didn't know anything. What do you think children do? They grow up to be grown ass men and women and shit. And they old spirits that's from the the spirit world. Yeah. So the Most High already know who their spirit is. Mm-hmm. He know who those. When Yahweh Shai turn, he gonna return. He gonna know who those that pierced him are. He ain't gonna have to guess. He gonna say step forward. The ones that pierced me, step forward. He gonna already know in their spirit. Go ahead.
And with thee, I will break in pieces the young man and the maid.
Not by our own power, but the power of the Yahweh Shai. That was the spirit on David when he was slaying them Egyptians, man. Slaying them Philistines, man. Same spirit that was on Daniel when he was in the lion's den. Same spirit when the three children went into the fire. They saw one like to a son of man also with them. So when we connected with our power, we become that, man. We exactly become that power. Yep. No. Yep. And then devils take advantage, like they say that in their minds, where's that power, and then they exercise their power on the left hand side, and we supposed to love them and connect with them and want them to join in the church and all that, the true church. Hell no, man. Yeah. They still doing their devil tactics, man. Mm-hmm. They hateful tactics. They still murdering us, man. They still hate Yahweh Shai. How we gonna love them if they hate the Father and His Son, man? Mm-hmm. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Yeah, hell with y'all, man.
Yeah, the Lord said he'll do all that according to His anger. It ain't gonna even be our anger that's on your ass. That when it comes, it's gonna be the Most High, man. If we had admit,
because Lil Jake is ready to push the button to destroy America. Oh man, I don't know if there's too many people's families in there. Well, Most High will do it. He'll put the spirit on Russia to destroy this place.
Mm-hmm. And that's the main thing that's happening right now, because that treaty just got broke. The arms deals treaty, where basically you're supposed to tell somebody how many missiles your ass got. Bro. It ain't nobody saying nothing, man. America ain't responding to them. Vice versa, man.
Yeah, bring that war on, man. Bring it on, man. We hope for that third war to come quickly, man.
And it said it would. Well, and it's here. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought 2001, all them jakes that left out the truth, man. 20 years later, here it is. Here it is, man. 20-something years later, it can't stop talking about war. That's all they talk about.
Let's see what the people of the world will be doing in that time. See how many jakes will be running around talking about, yeah, I want to do what I want to do. I think Most High is a joke, man. Is that it?
I got one more. It's Second Esdras, chapter 11, verse 38, and this is when Yahweh Shai was on the scene. This is the same thing that he's got his men doing. Starting with the elders and apostles, on down. This is Second Esdras 11:38. Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, right? Those four beasts that we're talking about, these beasts that we fight in this system, man. That Roman Empire system is here today. That same spirit, man. And that's what remained after those four beasts.
Yeah, so all the children that you grew up in class with, that you were studying with, they the Roman children of the Romans.
Yep.
They the children of Edom, man.
Yep.
Right here again.
Yep. And that's what he was saying. They thought they was talking about old Rome. I was talking about here. This is what remained after Rome fell. This is what was still back.
Where do you think Edom came from? Over there. They act
No.
like this is a whole new platform and place.
Like they ain't got nothing to do with over there. No, no, man.
They came from over there.
Everything came from over there, man. There wasn't nothing over here.
Uninhabited land.
Yeah, the Gadites came here.
So guess what?
From over there, everybody came.
When you
from
go
over
to
there.
school with these devils, when they go back home, they talk that nigger talk. Like, so what happened today? Did you meet him? Well, you know you ain't supposed to talk to them too much and shit like that. They still exercise that shit. Just like Romans children would do back then.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
All these colleges and all these churches came to deceive our people into believing that they your real friends. You know? Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 11, verse 39. Ought not thou that it remainest of the four beasts,
Yep.
whom I made to reign in my world,
Go ahead.
that the end of their times might come through them?
Yep.
You know, they're going to be the ones to destroy their own kingdom. It ain't going to even be us. We're just going to clean it up after. We're going to finish the rest of them off, man. They're going to destroy themselves, man. Verse 40, and the fourth came, and overcame all the beasts that were past. That's that Roman Empire. They had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. Verse 41, for the earth hast thou not judged with truth. You know? Verse 42, for thou hast afflicted the meek.
You afflicted the meek. You haven't judged the earth with truth, man. That's why you got all these ninjas and weak-minded people rolling around emotional and shit. Because they can't get, they don't know, they're confused. Can't get straight because there's no truth in the land. There's no real substance and no real substantial importance in the land. But then you afflict the meek at the same time, but you spill your madness. Go ahead.
Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Thou hast loved liars.
Thou hast loved liars. That's why our people have learned to love lies. They didn't used to love lies, man. Now they learn to love lies, like speak the lies to us. So they want to hear America's gonna go on. They want to hear the earth is, it ain't no difference between man. We're all equal. We all struggling, and we all should come together. And it's gonna be a beautiful place if we could just stop, and come together as one, all races. That's a damn lie. That's a deceit of the devil. That's a deceit of the devil. Go ahead.
And destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit.
Yeah, because you got the least talking shit now. Talking about sea hip and everybody. Talking about depopulating. Talk about, how they're targeting, specific groups and stuff. Which really is like, how they want to take your soul and put it inside a damn machine. How they don't really use humans no more. Bragging and stuff about that. At the same time, this very day, I think Elon Musk now he got a whole, not a new narrative, but an advanced narrative now of the New World Order and the machines that they want to come out with. Well,
and has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
Yep.
Verse 43, therefore is thy wrongful dwelling come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. Verse 44, and the highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended,
Yep.
and his abominations are fulfilled.
Yep.
That's where we at, man. We at the end of all the wickedness that America's done to this, to the earth, man. These Edomites have done to the earth. It's not just America. It's all the Edomites that rule the 7 regions of the whole fucking planet, man. All the stuff that they've done to this place, man. That's reached up to the Most High, man. You know? And he's finna have a response, man.
Yep. Like we said, when the Most High talks, our people learn the hard way, but when he talks, when he get at Esau, he's gonna talk with his angels, his son and his angels, his men. And then pretty soon, even in his prophecies, his prophets are not gonna be speaking no more. They just gonna be fishermen turning to hunters. They ain't gonna fishing season is almost over. It's just gonna be straight hunting. Yep. Because we gotta dig wickedness. Time to root out of the people. Time to root them people out, man. Dig them out of their holes so they won't commit wickedness no more. Because look, let's say you have a so-called righteous world, but they're still doing evil wickedness under the earth. You gotta get rid of that too. But it's still happening in the core of the existence of your being. You know? Got a little infection in their toe. That's just a pinky toe. That ain't that. No, you gotta get rid of that because it'll spread through the whole body. Schism and all that. So that's what the Most High is going to remove from the earth, the schism of the earth. You know, so the earth could be at peace, so the earth could be healed, so the earth can live in harmony and heal. Not these fuck boys going around, you know, claiming they real men. You know, because of the freedom and liberty they got here in America. Anyway, I think that's it, man. So yeah, man. The chariots, we could have went, you know, that scripture about them, and they shall make war with the lamb, and they're gonna lose, but the lamb shall overcome them. They're gonna lose miserably, like we always say. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we ready for that great war, man. You know? Because that's when the wicked gonna get put down. The lights of the wicked shall be put out. You know, and we ain't gonna have to worry about no enslavement, captivity, because we ain't gonna sin no more. And there's nothing gonna be sin about. We ain't gonna be seduced by women. We're not gonna be taken over, lured in by adultery or idolatry. But we're gonna be victorious in the war, man. Most High will, you know. Victorious word says the race, and the one that wins shall get the victory. He that runneth, let him run. You know? So that war, within that race, there's a war. And when we win the war, it's going to be victorious. Most High will be those. Victory of war is the greatest victory. Victory of your enemies. Victory of war and conquering of your enemies, the greatest victory there is. You know. So yeah, and Most High will. It was edifying. The water again for those who tune in the next time. Don't give all praises to Yahweh. Rakhtay, Rakhtay was shy. Double honors to Apostle Elder Bishops, Great Millstone, must I take you, the brothers, teach your word for the hopeful election to be the elect. Most High will. And you see the spirits that like that, the evil spirits that like that today. Now, we ruffle some feathers though. So that means we're doing our job, man. You know? People get ruffled by this truth. But the whole world is a prophet. So, hey, we feel good doing our part, man. Most High willing, we have survived to the end. All the brothers, sincere brothers out there from this end of this part of the world to the other part end of the world. You know, all the way around. Anyway, so